get started. Oh shit.
Oh no. Okay, welcome everyone to the stream. I'm joined with Rycego and Nwnm. And Nwnm will be late, but we're gonna get started now. Okay, so I'm gonna share this stream on Twitter. uh Okay, streaming now. Who's Doug? Okay. So, yeah. Okay, everyone. We will be introducing ourselves now. I should copy the link in the other website. Okay. Um. Oh, oops. Sorry. I'm joined with Autis and Inu. And so yeah, let's we're gonna so someone already posted my link, but we'll just post it again. Okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so let's introduce ourselves. Okay, so I'm Angela Monster. I am your host. And to my left is Inu. Okay, Inu, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a really popular streamer and an expert on lesbianism in the media known as anime, and I'm a big fan of it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, and artist, introduce yourself.
Um, Hi, as you know, I'm Rycego, otherwise known as Autist. Let's see, I'm more of a historical analysis on sexuality, and yeah. I guess Angela, you're the last one left to introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I introduced myself. Well, briefly, but yeah. So I'm the host, and I'm gonna talk about all the other general topics and more. And I'm also going to share some photos. Okay. Hello, Niaruko Yasaka. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. So now that we did our introductions, we're going to first start off with the why are we talking about lesbians? So first, I just want to say that this topic is interesting, and I would like to share the knowledge of lesbians. Um, what is your interest on lesbians?
My interest is watching cute girls doing cute things in Japanese anime, and generally those shows only have women in them, so one can imagine the romantic implications that go along with that.
Okay, and what about you, Autis?
after getting cock blocked by so many lesbian women, I've decided to study them and research, how to find out which one of them is a lesbian and which one isn't. But no, that it won't be part of our talk today.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so first we're gonna take the Are You a Lesbian quiz. So I posted the link, but I'm gonna do my part on stream.
All right. Should we share our results as well, or
Yes.
all right?
Okay. Sorry, I need to look for the browser. Okay, here. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. Okay, we're gonna start the quiz. Have you ever gotten butterflies around a girl? Okay, let's see. Let's see. I felt nervous around a girl before, but I wouldn't call it butterflies. Okay, that's me for sure. Okay, next. Um, do your close female friendships ever feel intense or kind of romantic? Nope. Okay. Friends are important, but I don't think about them romantically. I'm close with my friends, but I don't think they're platonic girl crushes. I had one friendship that did feel a little different, or oh, I definitely had a crush on my best friend. Nope. Okay. When you imagine a future with a guy, what do you picture? Oof. It says oof. I can't picture that at all. I can see myself ending up with a guy. I can't imagine what he'd look like or be like. I don't know if a long term relationship with a guy is right for me. That sounds like something I'd want. Um, let's see. Okay, how about yeah, that sounds like something I'd want. Okay. Who do you mainly have crushes on? Girls, female celebrities, or fictional female characters, a mix of girls and guys. Male celebrities or fictional male characters, but never guys in real life. Guys are my close. Sorry, I can't talk. Guys are my close male friends. Let's see. This is a hard question because there are fictional female characters that look good, but there's also male characters that look good. So, would that be a mix? What do you guys think?
I mean, what do you think? You say your opinion first. You're more experienced on that.
Yeah, so I think that it's important to think about the distinction between just liking somebody and having a crush on them and actually feeling romantic feelings for them. There's a lot of men and women who a lot of us can say that they look pretty good, like objectively, but would we be in a romance with a certain person? That I think is the most important question.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And I find myself agreeing with Inu, especially on the aspect of you can find someone attractive, but just saying they look attractive versus actually feeling attracted to them. That they are two separate things.
Yeah.
Angela, would you agree with that?
Yes, yes. I think I'll just pick a mix of girls and guys just to be equal because I can't choose. Oh, hello NWNM. Guys, NWNM just joined.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Sound sound redneck German as usual.
Hello, can you hear me? Right. Okay, sorry, what did I miss?
We're
It's
just taking the lesbian quiz I posted in the Discord. Um, and I'm doing it on stream right now. Also, I need you to make a fugi. That's also linked in the Discord.
What is a fugi?
It's just a picture that shows up on screen.
pull up in chat. Honestly, you'll find it there.
Okay.
Okay, I need to go back to the quiz. Sorry, I'm taking too long. Okay, mix of girls and guys. Okay. How do you feel about queer female characters, celebrities, or influencers? I will watch or read anything just for the queer representation. I can identify a lot of queer female characters or famous lesbians. I can think of a few female characters or celebrities I like. I don't feel strongly one way or another. I can pick a few queer female characters or celebrities I like because some of them are interesting. Do you feel romantically attracted to guys? I'm not at all interested in being in a romantic relationship with a guy. I think I'm more romantically attracted to girls. I'm not sure. Maybe. I definitely experience romantic attraction to guys. Oh, yeah, that's me. I definitely experience romantic attraction to guys. How does it feel to be physically intimate with a guy or imagine being intimate? I'm not into it. It's hard to imagine. I'm fine with it, but I don't get what all the hype is about. I know I like guys, but I'd be open to being intimate with a girl. I'm only physically attracted to guys, so it's great. Um, yeah, I think I feel like I'm mostly physically attracted to guys. How would you feel about kissing a girl? Oh, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Let's see. Who else would I kiss? I kissed a girl and I liked it, or I haven't done it, but I imagine I liked it. I would try kissing girl, but I don't know if I would be into it. I'm not interested in kissing girls.
Hey,
Um,
wait. What should I link you with the Fuji?
Oh my god. It's the first link. It's the first link you see on the bottom.
Links, yes, group browser source,
Yeah, the browser source.
not the individual browser source.
Yeah, it's the individual. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. uh, okay. We got Rycego on here now.
My turn? Yeah. For the sexuality thing, I got the you might be a lesbian, which is kind of hurtful since I'm a guy, so they're like saying you might be straight. I mean, it takes a bit of ego, but I'll swallow that pill. Um, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
What do they
say
mean by socialize with?
what's that?
What do they mean by socialize with?
Hang out with.
With that
Socialize?
quiz.
Socialize like talking with?
Talking with them, hanging out, casual stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll say I've kissed a girl and liked it for the meme. Do you have a lot of friends who identify as LGBTQ? I know like a couple.
Should I post my results here?
Yeah, go ahead so we can compare them.
Okay. Uh, uh, yeah, I have a few friends who are queer, I guess. It's like people I knew in school. I mean, I don't really talk to them not right now, so I'll just say a few. Why did you decide to take this quiz? Taking this for fun. When you imagine kissing or being intimate with your future partner, how do you feel? Good, I guess. Okay. If a woman flirted and expressed attraction toward you, how would you feel? I think I'd be flattered. Yeah, I think that's the right word. I mean, I'm not into like women. Okay, view results. Okay, so my result is you're probably straight. Hold on. Let me just screen cap this. Let me go back to the browser.
Do we want to start on the other quiz as well?
Yes, yes.
All right. So, just to give you guys a bit of a backdrop, for those who are wondering, this test is known as the Kinsey scale, which it's basically also known as the hetero slash homosexual rating scale. So basically, it's was created in 1948, basically analyzing, you know, on a scale, how gay or straight are you? So, in one thing, just to give you guys a heads up, it doesn't really count for, who you're romantically attracted to or, if you're asexual, it's more just like how gay or straight are you? All right. So, let's get started.
Okay, we're gonna take the the quiz. It's on IDR Labs. Okay,
It's the
so
IDR Labs one.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Question one, easy. Question two, who have you had? Oh, this is unfair.
Okay, to whom are you attracted? Mostly people of the opposite sex from mine. Who have you had sex with?
There is none available, so I guess I'll have to pretend I have had sex with.
Oh God. Only people of the opposite sex from mine. Who have you had sexual fantasies about? Oh, this one's hard. Why do I? Oh, okay. So, yeah. I'm gonna say both just for the meme. Okay, both men and women. With whom do you form a strong emotional bond? Think mostly with men. Or maybe both. I'm gonna say both. Who do you feel the most comfortable socializing with? Oh, I think Nwnm, you took the Kinsey scale test first. You didn't take the other one. Wait, did you take the
don't-
other one?
We also
I've
got the
taken
same
both.
results.
Okay, socializing with, I think both men and women. The idea of having sex with someone with the opposite sex from mine is, I guess, desirable. The idea of having sex with someone of the same sex as mine is, I would say interesting. Okay, finish. Okay, so my result is a 2. Heterosexual more than incidental homosexual tendencies. I'm not sure what this means, but alright. I think.
I
What?
think it means you're partially gay. I think just by the diagram.
Oh, I thought partially is like bisexual, because number 3 is like half.
True. Maybe it just means you.
It
You
means you
occasionally
kissed a
are gay.
girl you liked it.
Occasionally are ironically gay.
Okay, so that is my result. Okay, so Rycego, you got a 1, and then Inu got a 0. Nwnm has a different color, but Nwnm said you might be a lesbian.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
So,
he also got a 0.
0. So
McKinsey.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
he got
have
a 0.
you are the gayest.
Wow, that's so awesome.
How do you feel about being the gayest?
It feels awesome. Very cool.
Nice.
Gay.
It also says I am heterosexual.
Oh, I think we're done with the quizzes and the tests here. But
Okay, yeah, we're done with the quizzes and tests. So Rycego, well,
but yeah.
yeah. Well, I did answer a couple questions for the meme, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into lesbians and not physically because that would be considered rape.
oh my god, I shouldn't be
So-
laughing.
Yeah, let's start out. I'll go first, I guess. So lesbians, if you may guess, are something that's been basically known for over 200, 300 years openly, but uh, basically the word lesbian uh, has its origins coming from ancient Greece, more specifically known as the Isle of Lesbos. So the Isle of Lesbos is actually a location in Greece, not some fictional place like Mount Olympus or something where gods
Wait,
reside.
Mount Olympus is also an actual place.
Uh, Listen, I don't believe your word. That sounds fake.
There is a mountain that's called Olympus.
No, no, no. I feel like you're lying to me. Um, you're lying. All right. There is no mountain known as Olympus. All right. There is a mountain formerly known as Olympus, but no mountain Olympus. Come on, man.
Wow, there's like 6 Mount Olympuses.
See,
Mount
see,
Olympi.
yeah.
Oh wait,
I
there's even
mean,
more than
isn't that the highest mountain in Greece? Olympus? Whatever you pronounce it in English.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. So, Lesbos, Lesbos has been mentioned in a bunch of famous poems, but the most famous poem is regarding one of its well-known characters, Sappho. It was a Greek woman who was basically lesbian in a way. She would write lyric poetry about women, saying, oh, how beautiful it would be to sleep with a woman, essentially, basically outright lesbian. So she she has always been considered lesbian, and there's even famous artwork of you know here I'll link it here, but this is essentially an artwork depicting Sappho um, and her flirting with another with a woman known as Erina, who doesn't really matter that much, but essentially, Sappho was a full blown lesbian. Um, you know, he would basically talk about homoerotic feelings that would argue her as the first well known lesbian of the Western world. Any questions you have, Angela?
No, I'm just trying to get this image
Out of your head.
image onto the screen. Oh wait, oops.
Um,
I do not have any questions. You can keep going.
well, I was just gonna say that know, she Sappho, he he could be argued as also straight, though. However, there was a legend in mythology that she killed herself because she got rejected by I forget his name. Was it? What was his name? Do you remember? Nwnm?
I don't remember. Oh, NWNM. Do you remember the name?
No, Phaon.
Oh, Phaon. Okay.
But yeah. If you guys want to talk about something, go ahead. Like any questions.
Okay. No, I think I read something last night while I was researching. About Sappho, or no, Sappho was born in Lesbos, and she was a homosexual poet. And Sapphic means homosexuality within females.
All right. So where do you want
I'm guessing that's from Wikipedia.
I got it from another website. I think it was some health website. I'm not sure.
Amazing. Okay.
being a lesbian may be good for your health? 5 fun facts about lesbianism. Number 1, get ready for the bruises.
Oh my god.
So where do you want to go from that? Any other questions? Any topics you want us to talk about?
Yeah, so under culture, I got, we'd already talked about the Isle of Lesbos. Uh, do you want to go into the Maratsu festival in Japan and the Native American stuff and the
Oh,
Roman stuff?
I'll go into a little bit of mythology. So the Amaterasu festival is sort of very famous in a way, as it basically depicts a time in Shinto mythology where Amaterasu Omikami, basically the goddess of the sun in Japanese mythology, sort of like how Ra would be in Egyptian mythology, um, was got in a quarrel with her brother Susanoo, who is the Japanese Shinto god of basically, as you could say, age or power. Um, they got in a huge argument that ended with Amaterasu basically saying, "Okay, I'm pissed. The rest of the world can go fuck itself." And she went into a rock cave and basically shut herself away, and the world basically turned to night. Um, so the gods tried essentially everything to get Amaterasu out of her cave, and it ended up Ame no Uzume. Um, he is a goddess of basically dawn, birth, and meditation. Um, basically, cleverly tore off her own clothing and started basically dancing in a very seductive way. Um, and in her dancing, she managed to pull out Amaterasu out of her cave, who, mind you, was also a goddess. And just to be clear, lesbians are in mythology are not very they don't exist. A lot of them they're sort of replaced either with a male god or the gods are non-binary and switch genders easily. But yeah, no. So that is one of the most famous mythology that we have of another woman sort of taking interest in the sexuality of another god. Um, and also for the Native Americans, the Inuits, also known as those who live up in uh, Canada and Alaska, or more famously, they club baby seals in the face. They they have a goddess known as Sedna. Now, Sedna is basically the goddess of the sea and the marine, which is essentially their life. They hunt on the sea, they sail across it, they eat marine animals, but some say that she she is very open about her sexuality, and some say she is a beautiful goddess who basically slept around with everyone and could not feel satisfied, and so she married a dog. But I
Well,
think the
that
mythology
sounds
that
like she was from Europe originally.
yeah, um, but basically Sedna is seen as this very open sexually god. Um, he, however, in one well-known myth, is seen as sleeping with another goddess, uh, who sadly is not listed here on the website that I studied off of. But basically, the Inuits somehow were more open sexually than Europeans in a way. But yeah, uh, those are the stuff that.
Okay.
Any other stuff you want me to talk about, Angela?
Let's see. I kind of researched some stuff about Japanese lesbians, but I couldn't find much. There was a lot of PORN, but I found out that there were. I'm not sure if this is true, but let's see. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if these are like facts or opinions, so I don't know if I should like say
Well, I
something.
think you should just, you know, give the fact like the opinions a bit of like take them with a grain of salt. You know.
Yeah. So, well, I read mostly that the Japanese didn't like really favor lesbians or homosexuality in like the beginning, but then there's like a sudden like media boom of lesbians. So I guess it's like the same. Like now they're more accepting to it. This website said that I forgot the website name. I'm sorry, but it says that 68% of people approve of lesbians in modern day. Um, so I don't know if you guys know about the Edo period. Maybe I think autistic. I mean, autist. So sorry, autist. Uh, I forgot. Autist. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I'll go um, into the Edo period. Sort of, the Edo period was known as a sort of return to classical Japan. More very famous, the Tokugawa shogunate and sort of the daimyo. But there was a lot of sort of it was a push away from the Christian missionaries and everything, um, and more of a reunification of Japan. And sort of during it, there was a lot of openness about sexuality. You know, you would have men screw other men and be like, yes, you take it up the butt. You are the bottom. You would also have the most famous artwork of, I guess, sexuality depicting a fisherman's dream, where a housewife basically in her sleep imagines herself getting fucked by an octopus. Um, uh, Throughout it, there was sort of there was women could be expected to be lesbian in a way. They were fine. However, they were in a way not existent. You know, they could exist, but you were still expected to have children and continue on the family line.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the same was expected of the male
Of course, they could have
part
a
of the
gay lover,
population.
but yes.
Yeah. Let's see. So, I think on another website I looked on, it says that positivity with other lesbians or like lesbians in general happened in around the year 1971. So it wasn't really recent, but like it's in the 70s. So,
Would be thinking about the following effects from the sexual revolution, also known as the Summer of Love, where a lot of gay and lesbian women were able to finally be open about who they were.
yes. Also, did we want to talk about herbivore men?
What do you guys think?
Well, I saw that as a potential topic just on here, and I was pretty interested. Um, I know that herbivore men have become a bigger topic in Japan in recent years for various reasons. I guess I never really considered that there would be a connection or potentially a causatory effect of herbivore men upon the number of Japanese women being lesbians, but maybe there is a correlation, maybe there isn't one. So I'd be interested to know more about that.
I
Yeah,
can give you my opinion, my opinion if you like.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've heard, mostly from my family from Japan, is that the marriage contract became extremely um, lopsided. Is the word? when it
Hmm.
overwhelmingly favored women. In Japan, there is even a problem of social problem of women divorcing their husbands when they stop working and taking away all the accumulated wealth and living. Basically, it was an aftermath of the social changes started with the American enforcement of the new Japanese constitution that simply made a marriage a bad deal. And if you don't have this perspective that you have to stabilize your life and prepare yourself to get married, and then you can invest your time and effort into this lifelong relationship, why not just stay at home and play video games all day? And if you want to, you want to get some physical contact on you, all you have to do is to go to whatever is the Japanese equivalent of the red lights district.
So it's interesting. It's not as much uh, men being cowardly or disinterested or anything like that, but in a way, it's simply a response to the deck being stacked against them, so to speak, in terms of who
I
ends
mean,
up with the
we
power in a
have
marriage contract.
the exact same situation currently in the West.
I would agree.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
The cause might be slightly different, but the outcome is basically the same.
Alrighty.
And that leaves, taking it all the way back to the topic at hand, it leaves a lot of women, like women experience fear much more strongly than men do. For an obvious biological reason that they have to be afraid for two people, like evolutionary for at least two people, like evolutionary for a large part of their lives when they are carrying children and then they are taking care of children, and children don't know, for example, that the spiders should be scary, right, or not to put their hands into the fire and so on. So the fact that men pull out leaves many women without a stabilizing factor of concrete relationship. And for women that have proclivity, for a group of women that have proclivity for bisexual behaviors, it would be logical to assume that this leads to them forming lesbian relationships.
You would say it's like women who sort of have that bisexuality in Japan will lean more towards lesbianism than heterosexuality because of societal pressures?
Not really. No, what I'm saying is that if going forward you want, especially today when the society is changing very rapidly, and there are technological changes, and you are like your job isn't a job that you have inherited from your parents, so it can also isn't as stable as it used to. The main source of stability used to be a relationship, and still can be a relationship with another person. So if you don't have access to a man that would be willing to become your husband, and you have leanings towards same-sex partners, and you are not alone in your predicament, that reasons that there would be an increase of lesbian relationships.
I see.
Yes. Okay. So I know that artists needs to go, So I'm not sure if you. Oh wait, I think the last thing is wait, let me look at this old script here. Um, let's see. Who wanted to talk about the? Oh wait. Oh wait, no. Inu is doing all the anime stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Who wanted to talk about corporate lesbians?
I wanted to talk about corporate lesbians.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Let's see.
So
Oh yeah, okay. So I think the last thing, since Rycego needs to go soon, is Rycego, uh, what is your? I mean, have you? I mean, why can't I talk? Did you ever know? Did you ever knew? Why are words
Yeah.
hard?
No, it's fine. Yes, I did personally know a lesbian in my high school years. We were good friends, but yeah, there was a little bit of a, what would you say, not a miscommunication, just that he wound up cucking me by accident.
Oh no.
By accident.
Listen, we were both interested in the same girl. It just so happened that she got to her before me.
I mean, was that girl lesbian?
No, she was bi.
No.
Hmm.
I was beaten to the punch in a way.
In the famous and immortal words of Beatani, what a whore.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Only I could tell younger me how to grow hair.
Okay, so what about you guys, Inu and Nwnm?
You can call me Nwnm, and I have a very long story that I'm going to try to summarize in a couple of sentences. Namely, for a long time, I had an on and off relationship with a girl that, despite facts proving otherwise, kept identifying herself as a lesbian.
So she said she was a lesbian, but in action, she was not.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, she dated some girls, but as far as how what a YouTube friendly word could be,
Physical attraction?
physical portion of the attraction, she had only done those things with me.
Hmm.
I mean, ultimately the relationship didn't work out because she was a crazy feminist, and I'm normal, so it couldn't work out. But yeah, for like half a decade, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, through her, I managed to infiltrate, maybe not infiltrate, but see the underside of lesbian movement, feminist lesbian movement.
Hmm.
And that leads me to corporate lesbians, which are women that are obsessed with their careers, and you can find women like that in every time period. They are 100% for the current thing. And when I entered the corporate world, I've met women that identified as lesbians, Of course, you couldn't just query them about how real their self-identification was, and they were using their status as a weapon to push forward in the corporate world. Like they would straight up accused their competitors for the promotions of bigotry and things like that. Like he told a joke that wasn't that funny. He must hate old women or lesbians. And the other, like that's the one part of the corporate lesbians that they are just using. I mean, they are the female version of male psychopath, right? Stereotypical ladder climber of the corporate world.
So they feel no guilt in openly lying about.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I mean, it's like their sexuality is just a tool, right?
Mm.
If they have
Mm.
to currently this is the way to go, like so we are all lesbians and we are pushing forward, and if you have to sleep with your boss and if she's female then it's fine, and if he's male then it's fine too, right? But then they're going to go on about how they are a marginalized group, how they were always oppressed and so on and so forth. Like they are like chameleons, or maybe they are wearing the lesbian identity as a fursuit, basically. And
Yes. But, well,
and
I do
then
have to bid adieu. Uh, so good luck on the rest of your streams, you three.
Thank you. It was nice having you.
well, Abayo autism. See you again.
Right.
Thank you
I'll
for
see you.
coming.
I'll see you,
Bye.
Nwnm, and take care of you.
Thanks.
So yeah. Anyway, so this is one group that just uses the identity, right, to push forward, and the other one is a group of women that just hates men and turned like becomes lesbian because of that. It's like as if incels would start having homosexual sexual relationships with each other, basically.
Mm.
And that can be a problem. At some point, that was problem for me when I basically couldn't get a promotion because HR department in the company that I have decided to just quit and move somewhere else, right? Was just staffed with women like that.
So there was kind of an artificial ceiling put in place where you felt that you couldn't advance because of.
I mean, I was told I'm not going to advance, right? It's like,
Mm.
and then I was told that if I try to do anything about it, they are going to accuse me. It was an multinational corporation with the headquarters in California, right? So it had different standards than your usual IT company or any other company in Eastern Europe. So I was
Mm.
told that
I
if I
see.
try to do anything about it, they're going to just accuse me of bigotry. But yeah, that's the corporate lesbians, like the corporate world brings the worst out of people. It also brings the worst out of lesbians, apparently. But on the more positive note, I had never felt, maybe not never, but it was one of the times when I felt the most appreciated when we weren't technically dating at that point. It was like I was after a relationship, so she just showed up and basically offered to cheer me up, basically. Like we both knew where this was going, but we were pretending that it's not. Basically, there was a party when I was the only guy there, and apart from opening jars, otherwise would have stayed locked. Um, it was interesting to see that it was really no difference when it came to arguments, as in when they were arguing. When it was a group of lesbians that I was able to observe, or like heterosexual women in other situations.
Hmm.
Like, but maybe it's mostly for. I haven't like I had zero experience with gay side of things. Let's just say so. But in media, but as I said, it's mostly gay men. They are always like this weird flamboyant kind of twisted, and they talk different. And yeah, but also lesbians are usually depicted with this like girl boss vibe and like I'm strong and independent and whatever. But when they all got into a group and started arguing, uh, there was basically no difference between a group of lesbians and a group of heteronormative women.
Hmm. So some of those stereotypes are really just that, just stereotypes in a way.
I mean, I think they are like. I think the word is flanderization. Like there was this, if I remember it correctly, there was this character in the popular American show with yellow people, Simpsons. There
Yes.
was
Mm-hmm.
something Flanders or whatever,
Ned Flanders,
and
yes.
yeah, and he was a multifaceted person at the beginning, and then was just turned into this weirdo Christian guy or whatever with a funny mustache.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you take like this idea that homosexual men are better than heterosexual men at fashion with fashion sense. Like yeah, maybe some of them are because they have more feminine traits, so they are more interested in fashion. But you can't just take that and flanderize entire group of people. It's also what I've noticed is that despite like the lesbians in media being
Mm-hmm.
portrayed, especially lesbians, but women in general. But we are talking about lesbians, so especially lesbians, as this strong, independent. I don't need where they don't need a man, but they don't need men. They don't need a relationship of sexual kind with a man, but they don't need other people, are strong and can deal with everything. But then you just meet them, and they are like normal women, and they are still have like normal female emotions, and which means they mm, like they are maybe they experience emotions much more strongly than men do.
Hmm.
So and they are also something that you learn if you want to be a salesperson and I mean not salesperson but marketer, like creating marketing campaigns, is that women are much more easily impressionable than men, especially if something you market something as being requirement to be in the in group of a society.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is that they're just normal. Those mm, homosexual women are just women, right? They have normal female problems and generally standard female temperament and so on and so forth. But they are like think that they should be behaving as those like psychopathic, sometimes borderlinely psychopathic women in media that show no weaknesses or emotion.
Hmm.
and that's. But that's one of the topics that you just can't talk about, right? Because it's not popular current thing.
I guess so. What do you think,
Uh,
Inu?
Well, yeah, it's like it makes me think of this idea of being unable to be one's authentic self because you're expected to play a role. However, the expectation isn't necessarily being put on you by the rest of society, but it's rather created within yourself. And you're kind of forcing yourself to act in a way that you think will be acceptable to the greater society
yeah, but
when
excuse me for cutting you off, but if you are acting um, some way because you think that society expects you to do so, it's only partially your decision.
hmm, I see what you mean.
Like there is non-verbal communication on the group level that, like for example, if you join a paramilitary organization, no one needs to tell you that you can't, no, dress up like a clown, right?
Hmm, yeah, there's an unspoken agreement.
Yes. Okay, so um Inu, would you like to take over and talk about anime and other media?
You are going to talk a lot here because I know something about this topic? I know that in the other kind of anime there are a lot of lesbians, but apart of that, no.
Well, I think I understand your point, and I would agree with that. Um, I do find it interesting that, uh, at least in my experience and in my perception, um, the popularity and the common nature of so-called cute girls doing cute things anime, which have casts of almost entirely women or girls with no men or boys in sight. I think it's obviously become a very popular subgenre within anime, within especially the last 5 to 10 years, and possibly stretching back even further than that. What I find interesting about why these kinds of shows are so popular is that, in my mind, it's not because they are very popular among real life women, even Japanese women, but because they are very popular among and sustained by men. So I don't even know that it's accurate to say that those kinds of shows are reflective of lesbianism, because, in a way, I don't know that the shows would exist if it were not for the existence of otaku, who, it can be said, generally have a negative opinion of other men, and they are heterosexual in their own right. So they need to be they need to be watching shows that are surrounded by nothing but women. Um, but going even further than that, there are definitely shows within that vein that really do explore actual female and female romance, one to one, the so-called Yuri anime. While I can't call myself an expert on Yuri by any means, I do think of a few different series that I've watched throughout the years that I personally really enjoyed, and I felt were an interesting take in that they more explicitly showed female romance not involving men. The one show that I'm thinking of in particular is Sakura Trick, another show being Citrus. Sakura Trick was interesting because it really went along with the stereotypical anime setting, where I believe the whole cast was in high school, and so all the events took place in a high school. But there was a lot more physicality to the female relationships and romances within that series. I would also say a similar thing about the show Citrus. And I say show because I think that these series already had they were already manga or possibly light novels, but I cannot remember because I just don't follow those types of media as much as I do anime. But long story short, Citrus took it one step further because you had not only the lesbian dynamic of school age girls being in relationships with each other, but also girls who were essentially brought together to live with each other in the form of a family where, if memory serves, in Citrus, the two main characters' parents got married. So there was this extra dimension added where they were stepsisters, but they were also romantically attracted to each other. So I thought that was a very interesting aspect that isn't necessarily touched upon in even within other Yuri anime, and certainly not in a regular anime as a whole. So I just thought that I would speak briefly about those two anime because they really stuck out to me as representative of how lesbianism and lesbian relationships are depicted to a certain extent in Japanese pop culture today.
Right. So do we want to get into lesbian VTubers?
I would like to ask the expert, since we have him here. Do you think that it's similar to the disgusting woman, the Fujoshi?
Oh, well, uh, I think I think it is, yes, and that's kind of what I was probably trying to get at in my kind of opening. Just talking about how there is a rejection of uh, other viewers of the same sex because they are being perceived as a form of competition. So I think that's definitely true. If you're a straight man and you just want to watch cute girls doing cute things, you really don't want any sort of male presence or certainly well developed characters to be um, essentially put into the same space. And so I can definitely see parallels between that and a so-called yaoi anime, which I have not seen for the record. But I can think of maybe a couple famous examples. The number one being the internet famous Boku no Pico. And I think it's definitely safe to say that the viewers of such series are overwhelmingly going to be women. So, yes, I think long story short, I think you can basically say that Yuri anime are roughly equivalent to yaoi anime.
Interesting. Well,
The
we have
same
a
same
female
type
in
of
this
show for
call.
different people.
We have the female in this call. Maybe we will ask her if she partook in such entertainment.
No, I was looking for a lesbian anime for, I mean, a long time ago. I don't know why. Maybe for research. But no, I haven't seen any lesbian anime. Cute pictures though. I just added like a slideshow up above. Because the
Okay.
only one I knew of was Citrus. It was kind of like playing. I don't know why it's like the ads were playing for it
Oh, okay.
on what, like Crunchyroll. It's probably Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll likes to advertise things.
True.
Yeah. So now would you guys like to talk about lesbian VTubers?
Okay, Angela, I'm going to guess you are going to take this away.
Um, well, I don't know. Online, there's been a lot of talk about lesbian VTubers, but I don't know which ones are actually lesbians and what do they do. Like, uh, how do I phrase this? What makes lesbian VTubers lesbian? Like, do they talk about lesbian things? Or do they just, like, are actually lesbians and they like other lesbian VTubers? Or,
Um,
what?
my hypothesis would be that we have marketing similar to how Inu explained the cute girl doing some cute girl doing good things show, um, market themselves, excuse me, as safe from competition for male audience. So probably
Mm-hmm.
I am look at me, guys. I am interested in girls, so our relationship is special. There are also the meme lesbians, uh, similar to meme gays. So as could have been, or now could have been observed in the late Risuna threads on certain websites. And there are genuine lesbians, right? So we
Yes.
have the corporate, the funny, and the genuine.
Yes. Do we know any actual lesbian VTubers? I don't really know. Sorry.
Honestly, I've until recently I've watched only one VTuber on regular basis. Sadly,
True.
she retired to become a productive member of society, and she wasn't a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, we can do a quick Google search. Let me turn to my other monitor and do some research. What is going to come up when I query the browser for lesbian VTubers?
I'm sorry. I had to step away. What did you say before the query?
That I'm going to, when you query YouTube for lesbian VTubers,
Oh, so
the,
you guys don't know any lesbian VTubers? Okay, I see. That's fine.
honestly, I'm pretty sure autism could have told us something about it. I
Right.
mean, it might be part of idol culture implemented into VTubing.
Let me check that very funny website. Let's see. Uh, I can search. Let's see. Sometimes on that certain website, I see some lesbian, but I don't really see anything now. Um, I'm searching. Uh,
Well, while Angela is searching, we haven't talked about shipping yet. I can hear the lawnmower that is powering your PC.
Yeah, I think that's me.
Right. Anyway,
Is
so shipping is
is
something.
s-
Yes. Angela, come on.
Oh, sorry. I'm just looking if there's any like lesbian stuff on the funny website.
Anyway, so what I was saying is shipping. So you have cute girls. I think it's safe to say that majority of the VTubers are cute girls doing cute things stuff, right?
Yeah, and there's also women that can like female VTubers. They're not necessarily lesbian, but they can like cute things too.
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to get to is
Cute
that
girls.
cute girls. Like what I'm trying to get to is that, like, do I have to explain what shipping is? Why,
Shipping is
Angela?
like shipping it's like pairing one girl with another girl.
It's generally creating relationships, right, between characters. Sometimes those relationships are like hinted at, but it doesn't matter. We can talk on some other stream about shipping, but the point is that, for example, I think Whole Life, EN branch, is a good example. When they maybe tried or embraced the shipping between Calliope Mori and the Orange Chicken, Orange Woman, and made it a part of the characters at one point. So sometimes general consensus on the internet that a VTuber is a lesbian for another VTuber. I did an air quotes, so but you couldn't see them. Is a lesbian for another VTuber is simply an effect of shipping. Like the people like this VTuber and they like the other VTuber and they think that they would look cute together, so they ship them, even if there are no obvious indicators that there is some kind of relationship. Even there's no even like marketing attempt to steer a crowd with a new story. And the last part, maybe when even making a callback to the Inus story about lesbians in cute girls doing cute things anime. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to make this point because I haven't thought about it long enough. But I mean, it makes sense. Like in my mind, there is a lot of logical evidence for it. So I'm going to say that a lot of shipping, and also it partially explains the shipping that happens in VTubing community and also anime community, comes from the fact that people don't have friends. Like, and I'm not talking about the English word friend. That means that someone you meet at work or school and talk about for 5 seconds, and that's it. But genuine, deep emotional connection. So they see. So if they don't have friendships, like the relationship you can have with someone is it's one of those things, those very few and specific things that are a spectrum. But if you like cut out most of that spectrum because you just don't understand what the actual friendship is, then you may see two girls that being nice to each other and then just assume that there is a lesbian relationship between them. And then it can be used in marketing, when you can market yourself as a VTuber or your show to both like straight men demographic that looks for a so-called waifu, to girls that want to be cute and look for some example of how to be cute and attractive to guys. But at the same time, for people that for one reason or another want to see or perceive a lesbian relationship.
Right. I guess it's sort of
There's
parasocial.
there's one thing I wanted to say before I forget, that it was in the like the Shira show, the one change for modern sensibilities and audiences, where it was like I am a fan of the original Shira and He-Man shows, and but we are not going. I'm not going to get on that horse and ride away on the rant. Let's just say that I didn't really. I've decided I'm not going to ruin my day by watching that show, but what I've observed from the internet of the discussion around the show was that creators of that show basically created a relationship that would obviously be toxic but you couldn't really criticize it because it was a lesbian relationship between two women.
Yes.
And yeah, it's like very like unhealthy, the idea that like getting into a relationship with someone who is violent and abusive, and they are going to quote unquote change because what? Because you have a lesbian relationship now, and it's something you can't criticize. Like you can't send that kind of a message. Not getting into whether you should send a message about non-heteronormative relationships being the norm, but like it doesn't matter what kind of relationship. You should not send a message that getting into a toxic relationship with I can change her mentality is something healthy. And speaking about toxic, maybe using lesbianism as an excuse for bad decision making, Korra. I don't know if you guys heard of Legend of Korra.
Yes. There was the sequel to Avatar.
Yes, so highly acclaimed Avatar: The Last Airbender, that you were probably looking at my avatar should recognize that I'm a fan of. Uh, so like, not talking about the plot, the characters, the setting, how magic in the setting worked, because there were changes, and in my opinion, the idea of, because like if you remember back in the day when Korra was kicking off, there was this idea floating around that there are going to be legends of subsequent avatars or random avatars throughout history of the world, and each legend would have some basically like, I don't know if our audience or you two are old enough to remember Gundam in its heyday.
Is that the robot anime?
Yeah, the robots are cool, but the war is horrible. The anime, yeah, the point is basically take similar formula because people like it, but instead of stretching it, when it becomes boring and people lose interest, you are going to just rehash it, like doing a soft reboot, sort of, with changes to how the world works, a little bit of background and history and this and that, mm, and then to release it as Legend of this avatar and Legend of that avatar. Anyway, it all died with Korra because the numbers basically took a nosedive. Objectively, the audiences did not like it to the point when they had to take it off the television and put it on the streaming website before Netflix. So it was like straight to video, straight to VHS. But I guess no one remembers what it means for a movie to be straight to VHS. The point was that they were bleeding money. That the project was a horrible, horrible failure. Um, so they made, like, it's basically hinted at the end of the show and made official in subsequent comics. They made the main character gay. They made her a lesbian. Um, like it came out of nowhere. From writing standpoint, there are a lot of problems, but the main problem here that I'm getting at is that they hid their failure behind the current thing that you can't criticize. So they and like that's half reason why it's bad. Like, but if it was just that, you could understand that those people don't want to, for example, lose their jobs and never work at anything ever again. But the problem is that they hid behind this excuse and didn't learn any lessons from the failure. Like it seems that they themselves believe that people genuinely didn't like Korra because at the end it turns out that she was technically bisexual, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to chime in and say that there has been like a lot of scenes and actors who are lesbian in Western shows now. Well, some of them I think like Grey's Anatomy and Pretty Little Liars, and there's like a famous lesbian show called The L Word that shows lesbians, and it's usually they're usually in a relationship, or there's like one scene and that like sets the whole show into a world because people talk about, oh, these two women are in a relationship now, so that like takes the show into another like level. Or there's like one scene, sometimes they only show one scene in like lesbian shows, and often it's like random, so sometimes you don't expect it, but that's what I see in like lesbian shows. I mean, this west what am I saying, Western shows that show like lesbians and stuff.
So what you are saying is sometimes that's obviously they have just a checkbox. Like back in the day, every show had to have a black friend. That's where the black guy dies first in a horror movie comes from. Every movie needed a black guy, so they just introduced him and he died. So they would check the checkbox. So is it something like that, or
Well, I'm not sure, like it's starting to like look that way, but I think before it was just like showing off people in relationships. Did we want to show this anime clip? I'm afraid that I might get a copyright thing.
If you are afraid, then don't show it. Just tell us what it is.
It's the ooh. Okay, let me try to mute. Wait, sorry. I don't know if this will play through my speakers, but it looks like wait. Oh, I posted this. Wait, why did I post this? Sorry, I'm just confused. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah. So I think oh wait, okay, so I think this is like a public thing, so I can show it. It's posted on another YouTube channel, but we're gonna watch this scene from the show Postcards from Buster. They took down this scene from the show because it showed two lesbian moms, and I think people were kind of worried about that scene. So let's try watching it. I'm gonna go back to the what is it, the window capture. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that, and then oh wait, no, that's the wrong link. Give me a second.
Why is Nwnm moving?
Is it copy link? Sorry. Okay. We're gonna watch this scene.
Hey, you must be Buster and Bo.
Yeah.
Hi, Buster. I'm Gillian.
Hi, Gillian.
Hi. You want to come on in? Come on and meet Karen.
Okay, thanks.
Come on in.
Thank you, Gillian.
Hey, guys, you coming too? Come on, let's go.
Karen, here's Buster and Bo. Buster.
Hi, Karen. Nice to meet you.
Bo?
Hi.
Good to see you.
You too.
Oh, Buster, look at you. You look just like your mom. You have to meet my kids. Hey, you guys. Buster's here. Come on out.
My name's David. I'm Emma. And my name's James.
Hi, James. Hi, David.
Hi.
Hi, Emma.
Hi.
What
So
are your
I think
dogs'
this
names?
particular
That
clip
was
is
Scout.
from
And then we have a little
2005
one
or
named
something
There's
like that.
Sadie right back there.
Hi, Sadie.
Yeah, it was around that time. It was
I want to show you
early.
the living room.
Early
Okay,
2000s.
come on, Scout.
A little bit early.
See, we love dogs. We have dog pictures everywhere. We are crazy about them. One on top is supposed to be Scout, and the one right there is supposed to be Sadie.
Looks just like him. What's in the aquarium?
These are our frogs. Fifi loves to eat. She eats almost all the food. And these are all pictures of our family.
Is that James?
James, David, and I. And Gillian.
So Gillian's your mom too?
She's my stepmom.
Boy, that's a lot of
I muted the
moms.
stream so I wouldn't hear myself, but now I'm not hearing the episode. I'm so smart.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna close the window capture, put on the slideshow again. Yeah, so this scene was banned because it showed two moms, and I guess people didn't like that. So maybe
This
I don't.
character from My Hero Academia, I'm pretty sure, is not a lesbian. She's just crazy in the head.
Yeah, I know. It's just that it's some fan art. I guess it's fan art, but it's something I found on Google.
That's a good example of shipping. And
Yes.
there are no indicators of something, but people made it up. And I have to say that as long as shipping stays in the shipping lane, it's fine. When you start essentially bullying other people to join your club, then we have a problem. Except if you are wanting to join my club, because I am, as you know, always right, and my taste is always good.
Yeah. All right. So, I think we're done talking about media stuff. So I have a few stories. Um, yeah. Okay. So okay. So I knew this lesbian girl in my English class. I won't say her name, but she was really cool. She showed me a website with all this cool goth clothing. So I think she was goth too, but yeah, she was really nice. But the other story is like this girl from middle school I knew was a lesbian. She told me that she liked women mostly. And but then I think she like changed and she dated a guy like my friend's brother, and then they got married. But I'm not sure what happened to them. I think I haven't spoken to her in a while, so I don't know what happened to them. They're probably uh, they probably don't want me to talk about them, but that's what I knew in the past. And then there's like this lesbian girl online, and I don't know what happened to her either. I just know her because I follow her on like YouTube and Instagram and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh, also, I just remembered that lesbian weddings became popular in 2015, June 2015, because they legalized gay marriage. Yeah. But I guess some people they kind of disagree with that, like the gay marriage. But I don't really want to get into that.
Like that's if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it after the stream. Let's not get into
Yeah.
heated political discussion here.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I'm stopping myself there. So I guess you all know that lesbians are women who are attracted to other women. Then Otis talked about Sappho. Um, let's see. I already talked about we already went into the Japanese portion. Um, Sometimes lesbians reference themselves as gay, which is understandable. And yeah, I think we went through everything for now. Is there anything?
Okay, then I have a question for you, Americans.
Yes.
What is a queer?
It used to just be a catch-all, I think, for gays and lesbians. But the meaning of the word has evolved now to a point that it's not really used nowadays like it was before. I think it might just refer now to pretty much anybody who isn't heteronormative, but I'm not completely sure about that. I don't know if Angela has heard anything different about that.
I always thought that queer meant like weird or something, but then I think like you said that it involved like into like an umbrella term for the LGBTQ community.
From
Yeah.
my English class, I remember that gay used to be another word for happy, or
Yes.
cheerful, and queer
Yep.
for weird or unusual. Before
Yeah.
they were appropriated by the not heteronormative movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's accurate that they were co-opted and they basically evolved into how they're used today. Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's read some comments. Sheep said, Sugoi, Naisu, Streamu, thank you. Randall Shirker said, the real reason this stream exists. Angela wondering why all these women are attracted to her. Maybe no one has said that they're attracted to me. I mean, I haven't heard any women say that they are attracted to me. Janois Kresva said, hello, who is you? I'm Angela Monster. Anonidium said, oh, I forgot this was happening. Oh, it's okay. Anonidium said, we love dogs. Kind of sus. Anonidium said, okay. Anonidium said, objectively correct. And mostly. Anonidium said, truth. Anonidium said, women can't get enough Angela. Maybe. Maybe that's true. But I don't know. I don't see any women lusting over me, so I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, I have read the chat. Have you guys did you guys want to say anything else?
I think I've said about everything I wanted to say today.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I think that we'll end the stream right here then. So let me know what you guys think about the stream, and hopefully I will do another Zatsu soon. Thank you, Inu and NWNM for joining me today, and also Otis. He left earlier. He had some good things to say about lesbians, some good mythology.
Yeah, he turned out to be surprisingly knowledgeable about this topic.
Yeah.
Soon we will answer the riddle of the lesbian sphinx. Of course.
Lesbian Sphinx?
Yes, lesbian sphinx. I did not know there was a lesbian sphinx.
What is a lesbian sphinx? Is it? So I'm guessing it's not some kind of a proverb. Maybe it's on the internet something. Lesbian sphinx.
Did you find anything?
Lesbian sphinx coffee shop?
I would not have expected that.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, no is the answer.
Oh, all right.
Maybe someone want to. Who was it? Who
Maybe.
asked this question? Maybe he wanted to ask us a riddle.
Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe it's gonna be some new lore. But I don't know. All right.
You may never know.
Yeah, we may never know. It's like the Tootsie Pop. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
did we want to get into lesbian stereotypes?
I mean, we talked about it a little. Of the man, woman. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. The tomboys.
Okay, we can get into that. We still have time.
So, there is this push in general. Like, it's a big topic, but basically comes down to that tomboys are girls who are entirely heteronormative, but don't take interest in outwardly feminine things like dresses or painting their nails. They usually like sports. They don't wear makeup. Maybe they don't wear. They wear a little bit of makeup, not like overtly a lot. But apart from that, they are like stereotype of tomboy is a girl from the farm, right? She isn't interesting in wearing like pretty dresses every day or doing girly girl things, like talking about the newest rumors in town or something. She's up for physical activity, but that's just the everyday. But still, a stereotypical tomboy is a very much traditional idea about the girl that works on the farm, likes this physical activity, but doesn't spend too much on pointless bullshit. But ultimately, she still wants to get married, have children, and wants to wear a white dress at her wedding. But apart from that, she is to a significant degree non-conformative would be the English word, with the standard girl behavior, and that was stereotype or a group of women that have existed since ever, but because they don't 100% conform to this classical female stereotype, there's a push now to make every tomboy gay, essentially, or transgender.
Right.
Like,
I have seen that, yes.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me, in the first grade, these two girls tried to make me into a tomboy, but I was so confused on what they were doing.
I have a soft spot. Maybe I wanted to make a joke about something being hard and something being soft, but let's not go there. I like tomboys. I dated a couple of them.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
They are
nice.
pretty great. I recommend, if you have a chance, I not only recommend like something. I hope it's not the only time I got to be on your stream. So something you need to know about me is that I'm maybe crazy isn't the correct word. Unstable, maybe. Maybe let's just go with crazy. Like I'm a little bit crazy. The women I dated were all crazy. Like those relationships ultimately all exploded because they like were unstable internally. But if you are lucky enough to get a tomboy, I recommend trying to keep a hold on her.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so you mostly dated tomboys.
No, actually, I mostly dated feminists of the craziest variety.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like there is a reason when why they say you shouldn't do something like in crazy.
Wait, so how are they crazy? They just act crazy, or Like, what is your perspective?
Like my first girlfriend, the one I've talked about, the lesbian one, right? She genuinely believes that there is an international patriarchal conspiracy that keeps the truth about the world from us.
Oh,
Like she when we are talking about Copernicus in school, she was arguing with a teacher. Like this kind of crazy.
oh, yeah. Well, it's a good thing you don't. Okay, sorry, it said no data for like a second. Yeah, it's a good thing you don't talk to her now. But anyways, we are
But
sort.
for the record, I have to say that tomboys aren't the only tomboys and crazy women aren't the only kind of women I like. I always had a big crush on Raven from Teen Titans.
Nice.
Like her
Oh, I know
goth
Raven.
girl aesthetic and calm. I don't know. Maybe it's that I don't know how she was voiced in the original, but slightly. I mean, she sounded kind of dead inside, but she was still had this kind of calm, soothing personality in less intrusive way than Starfire.
Yeah,
And she
I
was pretty
think I
cool.
think Raven is more funny than Starfire.
Yep. And
Yeah, she was like deadpan.
whoever designed her clothes should get a raise.
Right. Anon EDM said nice. But anyways, I would like to wrap up this Zatsu and say thank you again to Inu and NWNM and Altis for being here with me to talk about lesbians.
One way or another, autism is with us always.
Yes, of course. Okay, thank you everyone for joining the stream. Have a nice day. Autism said true. Anon Idiom said he never truly left. Anon Idiom said see. Yeah, he is always with us. Anyways, thank you for joining. Have a nice day. Have a nice day to Inu, NWNM, and Autis.
Thank you, Angela. Have a nice day too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for coming. Have a good one.
And you
See
too,
you
Inu.
later.
Have a nice day.
Yes.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye,
You
everyone.
too.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.